Hello everybody, what's happening? My name's Neil. Welcome along to Midlife Motors. And today, well, good news today. A, the sun is out, and B, I've taken the MX5 out for a drive. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that means that perhaps winter is going, spring is here. It's still pretty chilly. It's only about 7 or 8 degrees. But today I wanted to get out and about because I wanted to come and see the MR2. There it is, sitting in its garage. Haven't seen the car all year yet. And what I thought we'd do is today we'd get it out. We'll run through basically the costs that have been involved in that car over the last couple of years, getting it to the condition that it's in now. Looking superb, driving fantastic, but has it been too expensive? Let's find out. Here we go then. It's a tight space, this garage, but nice small car, so it fits in nice and snug. It's a little bit dusty, so we're going to get the car out. It's been sat in here for 3 or 4 months. We're going to get the car out today. We're going to give it a clean, give it a little bit of a spruce up inside and out. I've got my iPad with me because that's got all the receipts and the costs. We're going to run through those today as well, just to give you an idea of what it might be like if you wanted to get yourself a modern classic to tinker with. First things first though, we need to get it out. So fortunately it's been plugged into its C-Tech charger all this time and it's fully charged, so let's do that now. Now then, let's see if Toyota reliability is all it's cracked up to be. This is the first turn of the key, so fingers crossed. 4 months has gone by. Oh, why was I doubting the car? Why was I doubting it? Let's get it out. The sun's getting better, that's nice. Let's get it out and then crikey, here she comes, here she comes. Yes. Such a good looking car, these MR2s. Really do look well. As the snow foam does its thing, I've got my iPad with a list in front of me. What have we spent on this car so far? So bear with me as I scroll through it all. I've tried to do this in order. Here we go. So we bought the car for £2,250. That was 2.5 years ago now. Crikey, how the time flies. Then, first thing we did was we put a Jan Speed exhaust on it, a second-hand one from J-Spec. We got quite a lot of our parts from J-Spec and we have to give them a big shout out. Andy there, he's great. We fitted that ourselves and there was a video about that. Hopefully the link will pop up shortly. We then did the wheels and the tires. Remember, it came with those horrible Team Dynamic wheels. That was quite an expensive bill as well. By the time we'd bought and refurbished the wheels, we'd spent 250 quid. Sorry, I'm looking down at the numbers. And then the tires, we put Toyos on the car, and that was £300 all in as well. So that was a cumulatively quite a big bill. We had some fairly small but important items. So we had a service. We serviced it 3 times actually. So 3 times 50 is in the bill there, because each service item was sorry, 55. Each time we serviced it, about £55 for the bits and bobs. So 3 times that. We put a battery in it. That was £50. We've replaced 2 O2 sensors. Each of those was £50, so £100 in total. We had to buy a code reader just to check on the car and reset the O2 sensors once they'd been done. What else have we done? We put a set of mats in the car, £45. Now, we replaced the passenger side rear quarter, and there were a couple of videos on that. That was quite a big task. It had a bit of damage and it was rusting. Now fortunately the rear quarter, again from J-Spec, was only £60, but it was the wrong color, so we had to get it sprayed. The paintwork, now we have had so far both sides of the car repainted. The near side because we'd done repairs, and the off side here because it had a few deep scratches in it that we just couldn't get out with a dual action polisher. So that was the biggest bill to date. That was £1,000. We bought a rear brake light. That was only 20 quid. The old one wasn't working properly. Straight swap, worked straight away. We bought an armrest, and I'll show you that when we jump inside the car. We bought the other big item, the big ticket item, is we got a brand new roof. The roof was really letting this car down. We bought a brand new, no, we didn't buy a brand new roof. We bought a brand new used roof, again from J-Spec, but it's a roof that has been sitting on a car which had been under a hard top for 15 years. So it's almost like brand new. £650 we paid for that. But if you want, it's an OEM one, and if you want one of those from Toyota, brand new, you'd be looking at £3,000. So we spent big there, but we saved big there. Now all the items that we've covered so far, we did ourselves. Apart from the painting, we took it to the body shop, but everything else we'd fitted ourselves. Then come a couple of items towards the end here, which we got fitted because it was just a little bit beyond us. The first one, the shocks and the springs. We replaced the shocks and the springs because it was an MOT failure. KYB shocks went on and Apex springs, which lower the car, and you can see it sitting nicely there, lower the car about an inch. Combined all of those, £650 fitted, but that was a task that was just a bit of a step too far for us. And then a smaller one, we put a new stereo in it because the old one didn't have Bluetooth, etc., and that was supplied and fitted for £200. Again, I'll show you that when we go inside. So to date, so far, these are the things I think that you would have to do to get the car driving well and looking well. I mean, it's got a private plate. I haven't put that on this because that's a personal thing. But to date, the cost, as the car sits there now, £5,930 of money has been spent. Now you have to add in, we've spent quite a lot of hours on this car as well, over weekends, etc. So, you know, if you were to add labour costs, that could easily jump up another £1,500. But that car there, £5,930, that's what it owes us right here, right now, which isn't too bad in this current climate. I mean, the car's not worth that. When I sit inside in a minute, we're going to get to the bit which we've got a couple more things we want to do, so that price is only going to go up. It's only going to go one way. So we're sitting here wondering, we're getting a bit full on here. But then £6,000, I mean, the bits we're going to do now wouldn't have to be done. So £6,000, are you going to get a car as good as this for £6,000? The mileage on this car's low, only 77,000 miles now, low owners, not really any rust on it either, which is good. So maybe we're okay. We're maybe just a little bit out of pocket. Is the car really small, or is my drying towel really big? There's four things I think we're going to do still. First of all, this car's got the TTE body kit on it, but it's missing the front canards, spats, whatever you call them. Now we've managed to get a pair of them, again from J-Spec. They've been £120. We're also going to replace the front fog lights. They work, but they're not looking their best. Now, apparently they're kind of universal, so you can use them from Yaris's, from Prius's, everything. So they're only £25 for the pair, which is quite a cheap fix. We're going to get a new rear bumper. Now, hopefully a picture will pop up that shows that some of the bumper's not in bad nicks, but some of the clips are broken, and we just can't get it to sit right, and it's a little bit annoying. This is a bit pernickety, a bit... You wouldn't have to, but I think we're going to. A new rear bumper's not too bad for one of these cars. It'll be around about £120. Then we're going to get the front bumper resprayed once the canards are fitted, the rear bumper sprayed, because we'll probably not get one to the same level as the paint finish on this car. And the last thing is the engine lid. We're going to get that finished because it's got a few little blisters in it. We've been quoted around about £600 for that. So that's another £865, which is going to be spent on this car probably this year. We didn't really spend any money on it last year because we were getting over what we'd spent the year before. So we had a bit of a free year this year. We're going to finish it off. That'll give us a grand total of £6,795, so nearly £7,000 by the end of this car. By the end of this year, this car will have cost, which seems like quite a lot of money. What can you buy for £7,000? I mean, you could get an MX5, but it would be pretty nasty. You'd have to have one of those Mark 3s. Nah. So yeah, there we go. It's always a bit of a shock when you add things up, isn't it? But the good news about this car is, as we've done it, it's always been drivable. It's never been, touch wood, off the road. So that's quite good. So although we've gone along and we've spent money, we've always been able to use it, which has kind of softened the blow. But that's it. If you want a Mark 3 MR2, if you want it to look great, then those are the sort of costs you could probably expect to incur. Whew. I'm glad that's over. I won't look at that anymore. Thanks very much for watching. Please give us a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe, because we'll be back out on the roads again soon. Catch you again next time. Goodbye.